All right, this is part one to the E70 X5 build. Gonna be starting off with a part that is really needed for these cars, in my opinion, to go ahead and modernize them. What I'm gonna be talking about today is the gauge cluster. Now, if you go online like Amazon or eBay, you should be able to find a bunch of these, but what I had in this box right here was the digital gauge cluster I got from eBay, and it comes separate in two pieces like this. So I'm assuming after you take out the original one, you use the two top screws that are on here to go ahead and mount it onto this, and then you should just be able to hook it up right to the back. Depending if you ordered the right one, it does come with like this USB that I'm pretty sure is for like updates and stuff if you want to add custom logos or anything to the actual gauge cluster, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't know where I'm gonna route that yet or if I'm gonna route that, but that's what all comes in the box, is that, some little pry tools and instructions on how to set this up. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna tilt this steering wheel down and far out as possible. Then we're gonna take two T20 bolts right here, go ahead and take them out, and then you'll just be able to like pop this down like that, and it should be able to just pop out, and then you're gonna unplug a harness from the back of it. All right, using a T20, you're gonna have these two bolts out now, and then like I said, you'll just pop this down. If you scooted your steering wheel all the way down and forward, you should be able to lean this forward enough to take it out. And you're gonna have one harness right here on the back. You're gonna pop it and then pull it out. Try to give a demonstration after I get it out real quick. All right, now we have the whole gauge cluster out. Like I said, just looks like this. The clip I'm talking about to get out necessarily, you're just gonna press down in this middle part right here, then slide this piece, it's up here, you're just gonna slide it down. It has to be all the way in this like lock position, and it'll be fully unlocked. Like I said, you'll push down on this middle tab right here and slide down at the same time, and then it should just easily pop off. Now on the back of my digital gauge, it's gonna look like this. So I'm just gonna insert that harness into the back of this. I don't recall what this piece is for, but I know when you're ordering it, they want you to specify what type of pin you have. I don't have any other harness to plug into, so I'm just gonna plug that harness into the back of this, and I'll look back at the instructions and see what that little piece is. But for right now, we're just gonna plug this in, and then it should just power on right after that. All right, so we got it on now. It took some finessing to get the original harness, not finessing, but like you just push it back in. You gotta put some force and then slide the lock back up to the top at the same time. And before I put this piece on with it, I'm gonna go ahead and test it out first. Hold on. Okay. Gonna go ahead and test it out first. Okay. All right, so it works plugged in, so I'm gonna go ahead and bolt everything else back up, and then we're gonna go ahead and see how it looks with everything at the top. Also, on the little piece that goes around the whole entire cluster, this piece right here is what this little yellow wire is for. So you're gonna go ahead and plug this into that right there, then use your two T20 bolts and hook everything back up. To help to get the install in better, you're gonna wanna separate obviously the screen from the casing, and you're gonna wanna feed it in through the back at like an angle, feed it in through there, then push it in. Then once you have it like this, then you're gonna slide this over the top of it. All right, now we got everything back installed. The two T20 bolts are at the top. When you're installing the little cover, make sure you got it pushed as far back as it can go. You shouldn't see much of a gap in these two corners right here. So that way, when you're trying to line up these two T20 bolts at the top, they're easier to thread in. Now that we have it all ready, go ahead and see what it looks like. Here's the gauge cluster. As you see, it has the door open because I have the door open right now. We'll go ahead and shut it. All right. Now that it's open, was that on? Okay, for some reason I thought that was on. But now, this is how it looks. The steering wheel's fucking resetting itself. But as far as adjusting everything and seeing what exactly, how to adjust the settings, I had to look back at the instructions real quick. But to start off, I mean, that looks a lot better. A lot better than that. So I think we're doing good. Let me play around with the settings first, and then I'll show you guys how to adjust them. All right, after messing around with the settings and figure out exactly what to do, you're just gonna press this BC button right here. BC, just pressing it, selects / scrolls through stuff. Holding it actually selects it. So I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna press BC, and it goes through little information on the right side right here. Now, if you hold BC, it brings up this little setting right here. And if you just keep tapping BC, you can scroll through all the settings. I've already went through and adjusted stuff like time and the miles to go back to miles per gallon instead of kilometers. So to do that, you'll just come over here, go to system settings, hold it, and then it'll select it, and then you can press it again, keep going through the settings, and when you want to press on something, you'll just hold it again. So I'm gonna go back to the styles so you can see what type of styles we got. So just tap, my car, hold, style, my hold. And then here's the different styles we have. Oh, I think I pressed something on the steering wheel, my bad. So just tap through. Let's give a look and see what this one looks like. So this is what this one looks like. Next one. Next one. More of a M performance one right here. And the last one. Seemed like a lot. I think I'm gonna keep with the first option. I think the first option is the cleanest one. And once you got that, we're gonna go all the way back to back. Just hold again, and then that's it. And you'll just let go, and it'll automatically go back. Now there's a couple other stuff you can change, like what actually pops up on this infotainment. You can change the color of this car in the middle. I changed it to blue because they didn't really have a green, and the outside of this car is a greenish blue. So try to get some clips now of driving, and I'll show you guys later.